this out. Check this out.
This is how we do it.
Fight. 10s, 20s, 50s, hundreds. I'm a dope player. Y'all be counting money, kind of niggas. All my niggas really thuggin'. Can bring it in the club, so I was never in the club. Hey, what you mean? She ain't got it. We ain't fucking like she got it. I need money out of pocket. You ain't ballin', niggas, stop it. If I got it, I'ma pop it. I'm in Nemus with my rockets. This is how we do it. It's Friday night. I post 3 lines. The codeine's here on the west side. So I reach for my leader, then I pull it up. Designated driver, take the keys, not my cup. Passing sands, now I'm faded. Count 100 bands, up like nigga, yeah, we made it.
Elephant green screen effect.
Welcome to Retribution, or the Divine Retribution. Today, I'll be running you through the game. This is a guide for people of interest, also known as nerds. Yes, you watching the video right now, you're a nerd. The game currently consists of 1 chapter, with 4 individual episodes, or levels, as some may call it, on release, as well as 9 towers, 2 captains,
now 3.
and cosmetics. The game is also fully fleshed out with achievements, and a bunch of Easter eggs you can find around the map, such as Down Syndrome Panda number 1, Down Syndrome Panda number 2, and
Evil Down Syndrome Panda!
I think you get the point now. However, we'll get into those later, since right now we have some more important things to cover. Starting off with functions, such as dashing, parrying, abilities, tower HP, and player HP/lives. Starting off with dashing. Dashing is used to dodge enemy attacks on the player, of course. Okay, let's take a step back. In Retribution, the player has 3 lives, or in solo, actually 5 lives. Now, yes, the player can die, but there are ways to avoid dying as the player, such as dashing to dodge enemy attacks, parrying attacks with the executor, and yeah, that's all I can really think of. Now, like most other tower defense games, the towers actually have HP, so they can also die from enemies, which, you know, that's not really the best. However, in Retribution, you can heal them with vanities, such as the bandage, and Illager! Oh, who said that? The bandage. Anyways, let's get into the gameplay and the feedback. Yeah. Yo, imagine hearing that shit. Welcome to Chapter 1, the only, and the only chapter in Retribution right now. Let me quickly summarize it for you. Episode 1 is the first piece of gameplay we get after the prelude, in which the opposing side is the Brawns, also known as the Bandits. Now, I have no clue why they're trying to scrap with us, but this episode is basically like impossible to fuck up since the enemies are literally like twigs. I would recommend bringing infantry or riflemen. Well, you can really bring any tower if you want, but at that level, that's all you'd really have. As long as you're bringing sufficient hidden detection, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now, the reward for winning is actually the executor, in turn giving us the ability to parry, which may come in handy later. Foreshadowing. In episode 2, we start off versing the Brawns again, and then like in the first few waves, we actually skip to the final boss for some reason. Trench Knight swoops in and slimes him out. He kind of saves us. I don't know why, that's kind of stupid. Basically, he wants a smoke for himself and he's not trying to share. We also get introduced to parrying, but it's not really important yet, so we're just gonna ignore that for now. Okay, so Mr. Tough Guy here comes out with a new faction, eliminating the Brawns. And this is where we get introduced to the main force of power in this game, aka the Trench Kingdom. Or well, this chapter actually, since not the game. The episode is also like fairly easy if you just spam Rifleman. I would also recommend investing into Illager, or Elijah, since the jump up from episode 2 to episode 3 is actually pretty significant. Oh, and also, the reward is actually Grenadier, which is a tower. Unlike Executioner, not too necessary. It's just kind of cool, I guess, so yeah, take that for granted. Okay, now remember when I said we are going to ignore parrying? Well, forget everything I said, because this episode actually revolves around parrying. Now, I'd like to make this clear. If you're gonna bring towers, you don't need anything fancy, but you do need Elijah. The best towers, unsurprisingly, in this game mode, are the towers you unlock late game and further into the game, like Sentry, or Sentry, and assault. Now the bandit brute decides it's a good idea to go for round 3. Well, actually it's his brother that died, and his second brother also died. But regardless, it's basically just a pile of cash in this game mode. Now the Dread Zeppelin is actually symbolic to me, as it foreshadows the chaos to come later on, just giving us a taste of how difficult the game is about to get. You have to constantly be on your feet, or else you're going to get murked. I've murked said as a trade. Wait, hold on, let me show you guys this on my script. Murked trademark. And the final boss is Jick 99.
Literal hand job
Yeah,
from
well,
Dr.
of course, I should have known that. Surprisingly, a very cool boss, and he is actually a tough fight when he isn't bugged into the ground. Well, at least they patched that bug real quick. And from episode 3, you get, drumroll please. I don't know if you can hear this because I've got noise suppression. Coins and XP. And you get to go to 1-4, yay. Okay, listen. I was gonna record this segment in the morning and potentially even finish this part of the video today. This happened. Yo. Anyways, this is 1-4. Only about 8% of the players bet this, which I don't know if that says something about the players or says something about the level, but you know, you can take that however you'd like. Thus we shall begin. We start off versing very strong enemies. 1-4 is a compilation of actually all the enemies from 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, and yeah. And I lied, it's all just Trench Kingdom enemies. I had to fact check that, and turns out mid-recording I find out I'm wrong. And then there's also a few more new enemies. Some you can parry, some you can't. Now this part of the game is heavily based off Deltarune or Undertale. No, just Deltarune. Me personally, I haven't played Deltarune. I played the demo ages ago. I do not remember, but someone told me it was Deltarune related, and I saw the Javel voice lines. Now I'm not gonna go over everything like I have previously, but I'm gonna sum it up real quick. First off, I'm going to give loadout recommendations. For the love of God, if you're going into this straight from 1-3, please, just only use assault. Trust me, bro. If you don't got sentry, if you don't got mortar, which you should have sentry or mortar, or you should have sentry. If you don't have any of those shenanigans, just use assault. Okay, we verse 2 trench knights, and we also verse 2 dread tanks, and there's the king, and there's the queen. This is fucked.
We are so fucked.
Why?
Our teammate is angryman 224, aka Small Game 6, and is ass.
He's a fucking mess.
And there's 2 parts. Okay, so how are we gonna solve this problem? We simply use our brains and bring a commander. If you don't bring a commander, you're fucked. I heard from a little bird, Kia did this on the first day solo with just assault. That says a lot about this. If you're struggling on it, maybe the game's not for you. Oh, and also don't try to parry skull breakers. It's not worth it. Okay, well, now that I gave you advice, and I didn't spoil 1-4 so you can go enjoy it for yourself, since I'm a good person. I'm meant to be giving insights. That is my job. Okay, I kind of forgot. Anyways, let's get into the towers. The infantry tower in Retribution is the first tower you are selected with, in which it acts as a soldier type tower, starting off at the lower levels, shooting in intervals of 3, and working its way up. It has affordable hidden detection, and an ability in which it shoots +2 damage per bullet. The Rifleman Tower is easily compared to any other sniper tower, as it is cheap and has fairly decent damage for stronger enemies. It lacks DPS for the cost, but is very common in earlier episodes, even including piercing on level 3. Its range is also the second largest in the game, second to Mortar. The Wastelander pre-buff might have been one of the worst towers in the game, This tower is your gladiator, and is currently only useful for speedrunning, as it has good splash damage and affordable early DPS. Post buff, he now also has an ability, and a passive. Assault is one of the most underrated towers. Although not having an ability, it deals great damage and has an accessible hidden detection on level 3 for a grand total of $5,000. It deals great DPS, has decent range, and is easily one of the best investments you can make early game. Whiplash, although getting a huge damage buff and 2 abilities, is still kind of a side tower, as nobody tends to use it. One of his abilities make him temporarily go hidden, also granting hidden detection, while the other sets up barbed wire, dealing decent damage. Although, Whiplash is pretty costly, being the 3rd most expensive tower in the game. Mortar is a mortar, of course. A mortar which shoots shells, like mortars normally do. This tower has many variations that give different side effects to the shells, that don't end up being too useful. Regardless, mortar itself on the base variation has pretty good damage and splash, but it is pretty expensive, as well as not being too affordable in actual game settings. Sentry is the strongest, most expensive, and most reliable tower in the game, with a huge bar of health, the best DPS, and pretty decent range actually. Although being $4,000 to place and impossible to purchase going into 1.4, Sentry is the best tower, no doubt about it. The only flaw is hidden detection, which is earned to the max level, as well as an ability which has these effects on screen. Gravedigger is unlocked through the completion of episode 4. It is a TDS engineer / summoner tower combined, earning 1 turret per 5 shots, which can be turned into units. Post nerf, the tower tends to be a bit less helpful, but if you combine it with the Apostle Captain, it makes a very good tower. Grenadier is earned from the completion of episode 2, granting cheap splash damage for episodes to come. Although not being too good DPS or range wise, it has a very strong ability, throwing a napalm bomb that shreds through absolutely anything unlocked on max level. Illager, pronounced Elijah, is the first, cheapest, and best performing captain. Captains in this game are allowed to be placed only once and level up through damage. They only have 10 levels, but the higher the level, the better the stats. Elijah's first passive ability is spawning units from the base. The higher the level, the stronger the units. Her second passive, also from base to max level, is a buff on the damage and range on surrounding towers. She also has 2 abilities, one being the flag, unlocked at level 5, boosting damage and healing towers, and one being at level 10, which can launch a napalm strike, causing huge fire splash damage. Flagbearer, the second out of 3 captains in the game, is very expensive to unlock, but when you unlock him, you will be very underwhelmed, as he tends to only give individual shield to each tower. This could be a good thing, but the numbers tend to be very low, and he is not worth the price you're paying. The final captain, Apostle, is unlocked beating Hidden Wave, in which he supports Gravedigger and Gravedigger only, to my knowledge. His passive makes the enemies confused, every 2 shots, causing them to go back, just like the confusion in TDS. On, what's that guy, the Jester? The second passive is Apostle giving the towers a last stand, in which they tend to do more damage and stay alive for a few more seconds before perishing, as they're about to die. And his final passive causes the Gravedigger units to be a lot stronger. If you also max out your Gravedigger, wait for an Angel Sentry, and have an Apostle on level 7+, you can spawn in a Dreadnought, or have a chance to spawn in a Dreadnought, which is a unit who does huge damage and has around 70,000 HP, roughly. Okay, it's time for Hidden Wave.
I need some in the nighttime. Trap nigga with the chickens like Popeye. Money changing colors like tie-dye. I'm just trying to get it, I ain't trying to die. She got a big ol' on your booty, make the world cry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry.
Hidden Waves, yes, I know a lot of tower defense games have them, but how hidden can a wave get? Someone must have asked Fredericks that, I assume, as it took the community over 24 hours to figure that out. Yes, it took thousands of players over 24 hours to figure out a hidden wave on a game with only 1.5 hours of gameplay. Regardless, what even is a hidden wave? Now I know some of you here have never played a tower defense game and are just as curious as the next person that's never played a tower defense game. Well, let me answer. A hidden wave is a wave that's hidden.
This is Elon Musk.
Now how does one unlock the hidden wave, you may ask? Bam, bam, bam. Cue the montage. How to unlock the hidden wave? Step 1, collect newspapers. On screen. Step 2, go back a step. You only need these 1, 2, 3, yeah, these ones on screen. Actual step 2, parry the bullets on wave 13 into the dread tank on episode 1-3, like so.
Pause. You gotta talk to this guy. I forgot to send the original recording.
Step 4, use Wastelander on the boarded up basement in 1-2 on screen on this map right now that you can look at. Step 5, speak to Jevil again. Step 6, take the whistle it gave you and use it right as the king and queen spawn during 1-4. Vote yes. Did you vote yes? Did you complete it? I sure hope you did, because this part is gonna take a while to edit. Now, if you don't mind me giving you recommendations, well, yeah, surprise recommendations on the screen. You should bring Sentry, Wastelander, and Assault, and all you really need is Elijah and maybe Flag Bearer if you're playing with someone else. But Elijah's the best, of course. Good luck. Alright, so guys, I magically became a tester. Now we need to finish this video off. So I'm gonna give my opinions on the game real quick. It's pretty good. There's not enough content, but there is an update coming out, like, what's today? On the 24th, I think, or 23rd, I don't know, for Americans. Anyways, that was all from me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Sorry if this video was poorly made. This is my first video on Premiere Pro. I'm learning. Okay, goodbye. How do I? I'll see you guys in the next game review. If any game needs musicians, please hire me, please.